Cape Town is best known for its spectacular mountains and beaches, but some of its sports venues are a pretty sight as well. Here are the stadiums and arenas of Cape Town, South Africa. Newlands Cricket Ground. Having opened in 1888, this is the oldest venue you will see in this video. Cricket grounds just don't seem to die. Like at many stadiums in Cape Town, spectators are treated to a spectacular view. Although I think this one might be the best of the lot, due to the fact that there's no big concrete stand in the way, which means most spectators get a great view of the brewery. Yes, it's the brewery view that everyone raves about. The Newlands Brewery is even older than the ground. It opened in 1820. Anyway, even if you disregard the backdrop, this is still a lovely place to watch a bit of cricket. Next door is Newlands Stadium, which opened at around the same time as the cricket ground. But unlike the cricket ground, this has been sentenced to death for the crime of being usurped by a superior stadium elsewhere in the city. We'll get to that one later on. I'm sure plenty of Cape Townians will be sad to see it go. Not only is it an intimidating venue for visiting teams, with its steeply stacked seating, but it has also been the site of many famous Springbok victories, including their upset win over Romania in the 1995 World Cup. Of course, you have to remember that Romania was one of the best rugby teams in southeastern Europe at that time. So, you know. Good Hope Centre. This is a divisive building. Some say it's ugly, some say it's a masterpiece. Some say it's alright, some say they don't mind it, some say it's decent, some say it's a bit of an eyesore, some say it's a sight for sore eyes, some say it's a building. I had to fade myself out there, went on for 7 minutes. Anyway, for nearly the past decade, the arena has been leased to a film studio, and so it's not been available to be used as a sports venue. That might be coming to an end soon though. DHL Stadium is the superior stadium I alluded to earlier. The undulating exterior, mostly made from a translucent fabric mesh, goes well with its beachside locale. The stadium was built in preparation for the 2010 FIFA World Cup. The capacity was slightly larger than is required after the World Cup, so they removed a large section of seating, and that area was left empty for a while, but has since been replaced with premium seating. Damn, DHL have really got their money's worth. I mean, I don't know how much they paid, but basically all of the signage in here is DHL signage. You can see it here, there, and everywhere, much like DHL itself. Worldwide parcel delivery and more, at affordable prices, and more, usually more. Next door is Greenpoint Athletic Stadium, which was initially opened in 1897 as a cycling/athletics/cricket/everything stadium. Although basically all of the original stadium was demolished at around the same time that DHL Stadium next door was built. So does it count as the same stadium? I don't know, I don't care. Either way, they rebuilt the stadium with a much smaller capacity, but with much better facilities, for everyone other than the cyclists because they got rid of the velodrome. The rebuild was completed in 2013. It is no longer the largest athletic stadium in the city. The cyclists weren't too concerned though because they already had Tectonic Velodrome available to them. It was initially built as part of a failed Cape Town Olympic bid, but I think the locals are probably still glad it was built, as it is surprisingly the largest indoor sports venue in the city. So even if you couldn't care less about cycling, it was also designed for and has been used for concerts. And even if you don't care about concerts, then well, it's just a cool looking building, isn't it? While we're out here, I suppose we should mention the attached athletic stadium. Just to mention, it exists. Built onto a former velodrome that is partially remaining is Philippi Stadium. Much like in the Johannesburg video, we also see some stark inequality here as well. This seems to be situated next to, if not a slum, then an informal settlement. Despite having hosted top-flight football not all that long ago, Philippi Stadium is currently without a tenant, And although you can't see it here, the pitch itself as of 2024 is in very poor condition. But the local council probably have more pressing issues to address. Athlone Stadium. This place is home to the Cape Town Spurs, who are the largest soccer club in the city, and is the largest stadium in Cape Town that is used exclusively for soccer. Yes, they call it soccer in South Africa. You're just gonna have to accept it. You know, in some countries they have a different word for everything. Anyway, design-wise it's rather nice. The roofs of the two big stands are held up by some aesthetically pleasing arches. And I also kinda like when the end stands are left uncovered, as is the case here. Just because, you know, if it's a perfect sunny day, it's good to have at least somewhere to sit in the sunshine. Oh boy, here comes a very bad Afrikaans pronunciation. Philippi Stadium? That means fig seed. It's presumably named after the nearby river that shares its name. One thing that distinguishes this ground from the river is that there is considerably less sewage and garbage running through it. And for me, personally, I think that's a good thing. So while the stadium is kinda it's not literally It's also the largest stadium in Cape Town with a running track. And those were the stadiums of Cape Town. Please consider subscribing for more videos of the stadium variety, and as always, thanks for watching, have a good one.